Hello children, I am Vaishali Madam. Today in English we are going to begin with new lesson 11, The Wonderful World. Now the first activity says, have you ever thought of the beautiful world around us? A number of poets, philosophers and many others have discovered the secrets of nature and the wisdom that spellbound us. There are some things in the environment that appeal to all of us. So, with that opening statement, let us begin the lesson. The Queen of Flowers. So, basically, everybody knows who is the Queen of Flowers. Yes, that's the rose. There are a number of flowers that we see around us. One of them is the rose. It has been a symbol of love, dedication, divine affection, respect, and so on. Roses are also called as the divas of our garden. What is divas? That's the star, that's the female star. They add beauty and brightness to the environment. Look at the flowers, how beautiful they are, and they come in many different colors, you know that. Now, the next paragraph says, have you ever wondered about a life without flowers and colors? Oh, it must be very dull. We haven't even thought of it, right? There are more than 100 species of roses around us. The name rose comes from the Latin word rosa. Roses are valued for their sweet fragrance, medicinal value, ornamental and decorative value. So it has so much value in our lives, right? We use it for many different occasions, for many different uses, right? Can you try to be budding poets, writers and poets and write a few lines to describe the rose? Okay, so there is an activity. Activity 1 says you're going to write about the rose. You're going to write few lines about the rose. So there is a space given and you can fill in that space. Now the story continues about the nature, the beauty. Now they are talking about the king of rains. There are a number of factors that lead to rain. However, black clouds are commonly considered as a sign of rains. Yes, we know that when we see the black clouds, it's going to rain, right? The black clouds are the indication. Clouds in the sky are of different colors: black, blue, white and grey. They add beauty to our environment, don't they? Yes, they always. We see many different clouds. Like every day we search for some animal or some of our favorite cartoon in the cloud. Do you do that? Then, have you ever wondered how cloud can be identified? Let us read the following lines to know a few types of clouds. So, here they are talking about the different types of clouds. Above they have described it by the colors. Now, let us read it. Now, talking further, cirrus clouds look like a curl of hairs while stratus clouds look like straight lines in the sky. The nimbus clouds are the clouds of rain. Let us look at the pictures of the nimbus clouds. So, here the picture of nimbus clouds is given, okay. Since nimbus clouds are dense with water, they appear darker than the other clouds. Nimbus clouds are formed at low heights, that is altitudes, and are typically spread uniformly across the sky. The nimbus clouds bring us rain. So, which clouds are responsible for bringing rain? Nimbus clouds. Then coming to the next, that is, let us read this poem. There is a nice poem about rain. How beautiful is this rain after the dust and heat, in the broad and fairy street, in the narrow lane. So, this is a poem that we did last year. Do you all remember? How beautiful is the rain. How it clatters along the roof like the tramp of hoofs. How it gushes and struggles out from the throat of the overflowing spout across the window pane. It pours and swift and wide with a muddy tide. Like a river down the gutter roars the rain, welcome rain. So we have also learned this poem last year. So now activity 2 says answer the following question. Now based on this poem there are few questions given. Like, why do you think people welcome rain? Then the other is, what are the sounds produced by the rain? And and then the third is, you may think of writing a paragraph on rainy season. So you can try this writing activity on your own. I will get back to you with the correct answer, but this You should try. Okay. Then see, there is a nice drawing also given. Then coming to the next activity 3 says, look out the window and identify a cloud. Now make an attempt to describe and draw the cloud. Now where you are, as you are, just look outside the window and find out what kind of cloud you are able to see, and you're going to describe it. Then other activity says, observe a cloud and draw the same as well and color it. So you're going to observe same and also draw it. Then it continues with twinkle twinkle little stars. So now they are going to talk about stars. First we have talked about roses, then clouds, and then now stars. We see the stars as tiny points of light in the sky. Yes, but we all know that they are not as tiny as they appear, right? They may all look the same, but they are not. Because see, when we are looking at the sky at night, we see that there are some white dots which are shining, but they are not the same. They may be of different color, they may be of different sizes, and they may be at different distances from us. They range in size, color, temperature, power, and lifespans. Stars are made up of mostly hydrogen, which is the most abundant element in the universe. What is abundant? In a large quantity. So hydrogen is the maximum amount of thing that is available in the universe, and so the stars are also made up of that. We all have learned the rhyme, twinkle twinkle little stars. Have we ever wondered where the stars light come from? So this poem we have been learning since childhood, but we never wondered like where the light of the stars is coming. Stars get their light from the sun. There are chemical reactions that give the light and shine to the stars. So again, the sun is the source of light of the star. Then moving further to activity 4. Find a poem related to the universe, sky and star. Write the same below. Read it aloud in the class. So you're going to write a poem, you're going to find it out and then write it in the given space provided, and then you're going to upload it in the Google Classroom, okay, with your name. Then read this. Have you ever looked up into the night sky and wondered just how many stars there are in the space? Yes, many times this question arises in the summers when we sleep on the rooftop. We look at the star and we keep on guessing how many stars are there. This question has fascinated musicians and dreamers throughout the ages. Stars are not scattered randomly through space. They are gathered together into vast groups known as galaxies. So they are in groups, and that groups is known as galaxies. The sun belongs to a galaxy called the Milky Way. Astronomers estimate that there are about 100,000 million stars in the Milky Way alone. So there are other also galaxies and there are many other stars. Okay, so we say that they are uncountable. Outside that, there are a million up to million of the other galaxies also. It has been said that counting the stars in the universe is like trying to count the number of sand grains on the beach on Earth. We might do that by measuring the surface area of the beach and determining the average depth of the sand layers. So it is as difficult as counting the sand grains on the beach as to count the stars. Then coming to the next page, there is an did you know yellow box given. In 1995, an image from the Hubble Space Telescope HST suggested that the star formation has reached a peak at roughly 7,000 million years ago. The picture shows a satellite mapping of our Milky Way. Isn't it beautiful? See? Wow. Read and enjoy. It's about a flower. Pick this little flower and take it. Delay not. I fear lest it droop and drop into the dust. I may not find a place in your garland, but honor it with a touch of pain from your hand and pluck it. I fear lest the day end before I am aware, at the time of offering go by. Though its color be not deep and its smell be faint, use this flower in your service and pick it while there is time. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. And now here in the poem, the poet is talking about this flower, that is sunflower. The poet says that just pluck the sunflower quickly because it moves its head according to the sun. So when it will be sunset, the flower will die. So it's better you pluck it out. But the sunflower is a flower which is not used in the garland that we offer to God. But then at least pluck it and honor it by plucking it. Okay, so don't leave it like this, otherwise it's going to die. So the poet has another vision of this thing, flowers. Sometimes we say that let it be, the flower should be not plucked. Okay, so this is another perception. And then it is followed by activity 5, which has few questions so that you can try to answer. Okay, there are 4 questions and I'll get back to you with the correct ones. Activity 6 says summarize the poem in your own words. So I have explained the poem, you can just try to write it down. Now activity 7 says create a short story using the words given below. Now this is completely your call. You're going to make a story using the words given. Use your grammar, use your imagination, form the correct sentence, use these keywords given and make a short story. You can use the space provided. Activity 8 says record your likes. So you're going to make a list of your favorite tree, favorite animal, favorite festival, favorite season and favorite places. Activity 9 is work in pair, which is not possible. So this will not be able to do. Else you can do it with your friend at your home, okay, or your cousin or your sibling. Activity 10 says identify 2 paragraphs of nature and summarize the same below. Please note, teachers need to dedicate 2 short paragraphs of nature. So madam is going to share with you 2 paragraphs about nature, okay, and that you will write. Here we are done with the lesson. I'll get back to you with the written exercise. You'll just read the lesson, try to do the exercises and activities you are supposed to do. Underline the new words and make a list in your notebook. Rest writing work I will send you soon. Bye children, happy learning.